What's going on is Anton from antondaniels.com. I appreciate you guys for continuing to rock with me. This video should be no surprise to anybody. Apparently, this is down in ATL, and I don't want to play the audio because the audio got a bunch of music in it, and you know how YouTube is with the music. But this apparently is in ATL, and you got a bunch of women who is described as strippers. Now, I don't know if these women are strippers or not, but they are definitely going into Lululemon, apparently in the ATL area, to embarrass themselves, embarrass the culture, and Jesus Christ. And it don't even look good. Like, it would be different if you had a bunch of women that actually look good. Actually, it wouldn't be different. It would be even worse because you would be asking yourself, why would any self-respecting, decent-looking person go into ATL? Look at this nonsense. This is absolutely 100%. Was that a man over there? And these, nah, there's no way that they could be strippers because they look too bad. And if this is what you guys have to offer down in the ATL, I could see why it's so bad. Why are we so horrible? Why do we embarrass ourselves like this? And then they don't even have no mask on. They not covering themselves up. This looked like a bunch of ratchet chicks that was in the hood that got a couple dollars from their tax return, and they got their tax return late. Look at this. Look at this nonsense. This is absolutely embarrassing. And then we want to sit here and have these conversations about how women are decentering themselves from men. Nah, women are completely out of their minds, and men need to decenter themselves from women. Honestly, I just think that most men that are of any kind of self-respect, they need to completely abandon this shit and divest themselves from these type of women altogether. Like, it's not cute, it's not sweet, it's not a great example. And of course, you're gonna have some ratchets that sit out there and say stuff like, well, nobody cares, or who's, trying to impress you or whatever like that. You have your audience. But, we always talking about the culture. And I remember actually it was a recent post a little while ago, which I don't know where it came from. People always just play a game of telephone. The game of telephone is a very powerful, disrespectful form of communication. But people play the game of telephone and they said that Lululemon is not looking for black people's dollars. Well, if this is what they then do in the stores, who can blame them? And I don't even think that it's true, but let's just assume for the sake of conversation that it's a certain demographic of people that they don't want to be representative of the brand. Most brands are looking for longevity in the game, and they're not just looking for a quick bump. And I don't see any Lululemon stores suffering as a result of it anyway. I just see them continuing to open. And anytime that I go to any place that got a Lululemon store in it, I went over to middle of Mexico, and Lululemon was booming. So I don't think that they're suffering whatsoever. However, when you think about the representation of what this looks like and how we continue to be stereotyped, and don't get me wrong, I don't think that it's ever going to change. I don't think that you can ever solve it. People are validated. We don't shame. We always say body positivity. People should be able to do whatever they want whenever they want to do it. You can just go into private property and film everybody else. They're not even in public spaces filming there. In private property, they filming the white people to try to get a reaction out of them and stuff. And I just think that it's disrespectful. It's stupid. It's disrespectful. And for anybody that validates this and think that it's absolutely cool, it's sad. It's sad. We want our daughters looking like this. These are somebody's daughters. Probably nobody's wife, but definitely somebody's daughter. And if I was to ever see my daughter doing something like this, I would absolutely grab her by the ear, and we would have to handle that differently. I don't even want to say what I would do on camera because I don't want to even get that type of reputation. But I think it's bad. I think it's disrespectful. I think it's unfortunate. And the fact that I am even having this conversation with the people shows you how far we've fallen as a country, how far we've fallen as a culture, how far we've fallen as a people. And then these same type of women will get online. They will be talking about how they want a provider male, or they're raising their standards. You got roles everywhere. The one with the main roles was the one that was doing most of the splits. Let me see. There she is. There she is. That one right there. And they set this up. And I'm also assuming that they set this up to go viral with the song that played from it. But I'm not going to play the song, and I don't want you guys to download it, and I'm not going to advocate for it for the people that watch this. But then I can look in my comments a lot of times, and then women will sit there and say, well, look at how the men are acting, or look at how the men are reacting, and they don't have any empathy. Y'all don't have no empathy or sympathy for yourselves. Y'all are the worst of the worst. Are these the women that you guys were talking about that's the most educated? Are these the women that are the most enrolled? I guarantee you that probably all of them have some form of student loan debt. And I also guarantee you that all of them, well, at least a few of them is at least baby mamas. That means is that somebody's mama out there twerking. It's bad, man. It's just horrible. It's absolutely bad. I don't love it. I don't like it. And I'm waiting for the community, the 92% that actually voted the other way. I'm waiting for my liberals to stand up. I'm not a liberal, I'm a conservative, and that's why I believe the way that I believe. But I'm waiting for my liberal women, my 92%, to stand up and take control of their image and take control of the perspective. And then when you talk to women and you say, hey, why are y'all like this? When are y'all gonna hold each other accountable? We can't hold each other accountable. They not gonna listen to me. If I say anything, then they gonna call me a pick-me. If I ever say anything, then they gonna turn against me. They got a mob culture, the sisterhood is some type of way. Well, then who can hold these women accountable? Who can hold them accountable? Are these supposed to be our wives? Are these supposed to be the mothers of our children? Are these supposed to be the women that we support and that we love? Man, look, it's a time and a place for everything, but why y'all gotta go into the places, embarrass yourself, and then they post it on the internet, which makes me think that it's intentional. We don't ever have to worry about anybody else embarrassing us. You don't even have to worry about anybody else standing up against you. We are our own worst enemies. It's in our music, it's in our culture, it's in the things that we advocate for and perpetuate. And I'm not saying that everybody is perfect or that everybody needs to be perfect, but I am saying that we don't have any kind of decorum. We don't try to represent ourselves a certain way. You know what I'm saying? And I'm not, it's just bad. It's very bad. It's very, very bad. And I'm disappointed. And every single time I become a little bit more desensitized. I remember when I used to do review videos earlier in life, and I used to see certain things, and it would be embarrassing. And sometimes I wouldn't even review it because it's like, man, I don't want to give no visibility to that. But at some point, we got to start calling out the bad behavior. At some point, y'all got to start identifying the women that's in these videos and saying, man, why are y'all doing this? Man, y'all look bad. And I say this a lot, but I'm going to say it again because I think that this is a fitting ending to this conversation. And let me go ahead and play this over for you guys so you can see it in its entirety while I'm having this conversation with you guys. Jesus. Look at him. Look at him. What do you think that they say when they get home? The people that's in the store watching this. Look at all the roles. Oh, no. Oh, my God. I say this all the time, and I'm going to say it again right now, that in other cultures, everybody don't rock with everybody. Everybody don't rock with everybody in other cultures. And the biggest ones is always the ones that's the most ratchet. Y'all let me know what y'all think inside of the comments. Make sure y'all tap into the Patreon. Link is in the description. Teach Hanley, 40% off your first order, 20% off for life. I love you. I appreciate you. I'm going to holler at you later. Peace.